If there's one thing I've come to love, it's indie animation. Artists, writers, filmmakers, game designers, and more being able to share the stories they want to tell without the restraint of Hollywood corporate execs. Independent animation is nothing new. Smaller studios breaking off from larger companies in order to make their own creations go back as far as the 1950s, from UPA's formation to Ralph Bakshi to Don Bluth. But now, with the rise of digital technology making animation easier to make, and internet platforms such as YouTube and Newgrounds, it has given creators a chance to share their stories easier than ever before. And with corporate mergers, greedy CEOs, and the rise of generative AI, the mainstream animation industry is in a tough spot compared to some indie projects which are simply booming. I'm not saying that everyone in the industry should just try and switch to indie. It's not a perfect system put in place, and animation costs a lot of money, time, and most importantly, professional organization to produce, no matter the size of your team. But through things like crowdfunding support and merchandise, we have seen that some independent studios have become quite successful indeed. I'm looking at you, Glitch. Netflix deal, pop-up cafes, and Hot Topic merch, all while claiming the rights to your IP? Massive win. However, that's the key word here, support. Like our old friend the PBS channel used to say, indie animation is only possible through viewers like you. And while I absolutely love the more popular indie animated projects out there such as Lackadaisy, Big Top Burger, Ramshackle, and of course the glitch juggernauts Murder Drones and Digital Circus, I also see a lot of indie projects that aren't getting talked about as much and are flying under some folks' radar. That's why today, I want to promote and gush about some underrated indie animation you may not have seen yet, and why you should show it some more love. Let's start off with a little more popular one. Created by Zarel, aka Joshua Palmer, Monkey Wrench is a sci-fi action comedy following the escapades of Shrike and Beebs, two mercenaries trying to make ends meet. This show looks incredibly impressive just on visuals alone. The action and fight scenes are well choreographed and fluid, with everything having this very snappy movement that blends well with the angular art style and the rocking soundtrack by Ackroyd. The character designs are super appealing and varied too. As for the story, it's more episodic and character-driven, with a type of monster, or rather job of the week type format, while we learn more about the main duo. Also the side casts of other mercenaries, bounty hunters, and other aliens they come in contact with. There's currently 4 episodes out of the series, and I'd personally say my favorite so far is episode 3's Us and Them. The newest episode has got the plot and lore really cooking right now, though. Watch time is around an hour and 40 minutes to catch up, so I recommend jumping on this spaceship now as it blasts off into blue space. Speaking of sci-fi, we've got another project called Indigo. Created by just one person named Kuiper Moon, I hope I'm saying that right, it follows the tests and trials of Pulsar, an Earthling with mysterious powers and a third eye being trained to help save the universe on an alien satellite. But nothing is as it seems. I really enjoy the style Moon has going on here. The color palette is reminiscent of Steven Universe, which she says is an inspiration for this series. But this art style hits that nice blend of realism and stylization. The characters talk through captions and little musical cues, like little sound bites, and all of this adds to a very unique, enjoyable experience. I also like the tone of the series thus far. It's got a mysterious edge, but also feels cozy, if that makes sense. It's intriguing, and it makes you want to stay in this world and figure it out. Moon is actually working on rebooting the series proper to make episodes longer, but all of the concept animations in previous episodes can be found compiled on their channel. It's only about 12 minutes, so I'd say it's worth the watch. What happens after the big isekai quest to save the fantasy world ends? That's what NOXP answers. Created by Gene Goldstein in the indie animation studio he helped found, Jellybox, this is a series of shorts following the members of a team of heroes just going about their day-to-day lives after stopping the invasion of the Moonkin. We've got Jackson, the Earth kid now stuck in this world who's sick of his hero status and just wants to study math, Vega Jack, the 1,000-year-old Shadow Master with angst for days trying to get a job, Bowser, a big, lovable guy who now works at a cubicle and worries a lot of his coworkers like him, Toots, a clown who's just trying to live her best life, and Poppy, a heel master who was just brought back from the dead. The episodes are quite short, but there are a lot of them, and I really appreciate how they're able to use their budget economically through the simplistic art style and length, while still crafting a cool, ongoing narrative with fun characters and funny writing. The first season is all out right now, clocking in at only about 30 minutes, but it honestly feels like longer. I definitely think Poppy and Vegajack are my favorites. Go check it out, as well as Jellybox's other fare. This is one that I just found in my recommendations one day, and boy, I'm very glad I did. Created almost entirely by Barahara Lee, excepting for sound effects and some images and backgrounds, Netizen is a surreal, multimedia cartoon set in the vast world of the internet, in which a beatnik named Ophiolor finds that he's at risk of becoming obsolete. I really love the way this looks. The way that collage, 2D animation, and photo bashing come together in a strange and artful way gives this whole universe a very unique, unnerving, yet almost welcoming vibe to it. I've heard some folks say it has the vibes of Ina, and seeing that show's visual style, I can totally see that. I especially love how Ophiolor's color palette can change on a whim, and even his entire body can become static to show his emotions. The world may look like nonsense on the surface, but it's nonsense with rules, and isn't jarring to look at. Quite the opposite, actually. Currently, there's only one episode out, Act 1, but seriously, give it a watch. It's a lovely experience. Oh boy, it's stop motion time! Created by Vinay Nordoria, a YouTuber on the channel known as Cranbersher, and an animator on various projects such as Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Cranbersher's guide to stop motion is exactly what it says on the tin. At first. Cranbersher, our narrator, takes us through the process of how to make and animate your own puppet with the help of a friendly mascot. But as things progress, things quickly turn suspicious and leave us learning a bit more about the magic of imagination than we all suspected. This unfiction series dabbles in horror and existentialism and interesting imagery, and the writing is nice. I love the way our main duo bounce off each other, and the way their relationship changes over the course of this. One thing that really impresses me is the way that the quality of animation has shined over the years. This series was started 9 years ago by one person, and their improvement throughout this period with this very time-inducing animation style is incredibly admirable. I don't want to spoil anything, but a lot of cool stuff gets done, and touches on themes such as identity and finding yourself. Currently, 12 episodes are out, with 2 more still needing to come out for the big finale, but please go check it out. It's up to you now, as it always has been. Where Cranbersher greets toon horror with existential dread, meta-ness, and rebellion, Cartoon Therapy combines it with a heaping helping of dark comedy and also meta-ness. Created by Nico Barrios, this is another series of short episodes that involves multiple toon patients at a strange, eerie facility run by this cute robot nurse and her testing trials. Yay! Right? I love the rough, thick line work of this art style, and the dynamic of our main 2 patients is already very endearing to me as they try to get through the day and try not to go completely mad. The humor, as previously mentioned, is dark, but it's not trying to be overtly scary. This doesn't feel like one of those edgy, cynical, cute cartoons in a bloodbath show to me, at least, because of the general vibe it gives off. It feels more mysterious than anything. It also just feels like a bit of a love letter to indie animation, with graffiti of different characters from indie shows across the walls of the facility. See which ones you can spot when you watch. Right now, around 4 or 5 episodes are currently out on Nico's channel, ranging at only around 1.5 minutes each, so check it out. I'm excited to see what more mysteries we shall find within the halls of therapy. It's time for more stop motion, and what better way to do it than with the bestest doggos in town? Created by Apartment D Films, known for their work collaborating with folks like NSP, King Science, and even the Nickelodeon show Middlemost Post, Ruff Danger Dogs is like a supercharged Saturday morning cartoon a la Power Rangers and runs with that. There's even bumpers. It's delightful. A team of superpowered pups is here to save the world from the forces of space evil. And in this pilot, Hugo, a dog who gets separated from his family, suddenly becomes their newest recruit. The way this show looks and moves is very fun, with smooth stop-motion and action figure-like designs to make this feel in some elements like a kid playing with toys. They even use smears in some shots to make things feel extra zippy and dynamic. The action is wonderfully punchy, too. The cast did such a great job with all these guys, with every character feeling unique, and yet part of a natural-feeling group. My personal favorite is Ruff Yellow. They are such a lovely little gremlin, and totally not a cat disguised as a dog. Currently only the pilot is out right now, coming out about a month ago as of writing this, but definitely give it a watch.
Congratulations!
Ah, space. Such a mysterious and exciting place. Hey, that rhymed. But even a place like the cosmos needs retail. Enter Deep Space Discounts, created by Deep Blue Inc., who you may recognize from fan animations of series like Drawfee or Game Changer, comes to us with another short sci-fi series. The show follows Emmy, a newly recruited hire and first human in the Deep Space Discounts Incarceration Alternative Program, in which outer space prisoners basically work off their life sentence at Intergalactic Best Buy. She's rightfully a bit freaked out. I love this show's sense of humor between both the cast of characters' relationships and the uber-capitalist nature of the company's AI mascot, Dee Dee. The show's slice-of-life nature, combined with its fun premise, makes it a cozy watch, and you grow to love the characters as Emmy acclimates to their new life and makes some new relationships. There's a few underlying mysteries as well that have been teased too. Right now, Deep Blue Inc. has just finished uploading the batch of 5 6-minute episodes they've made thus far, but they have confirmed this series will return, which I'm excited for. Head down to DSD and see what the buzz is about. Let's get into our first CG series of the bunch today. Dreamcatchers is created by Val Yu and Matthew Lee, as well as a small team of CalArts students, and involves the escapades of Star and TV, two dream catchers in charge of going through people's dreams to help resolve conflicts. Each episode follows the two in different kinds of dreams, like infinitely falling or being at work. The low poly-esque CGI leads to both very cute and chunky character designs, and ethereal, surreal settings fitting for that uncanny and yet relaxing vibe dreams can have. To add to this atmosphere, dialogue feels very natural, and at times, the visuals will delve into other styles, such as live action and even a little 2D animation. Star and TV are also just delightful guides to this strange, interconnected world. I love how they just live on a little houseboat in the middle of space. Recently, the show just came out with its 4th episode, which might just be the best one yet for different reasons I don't want to spoil. The episodes also have a Spanish dub if you're needing that. Oh, another detail. These guys were able to get Louis Zong to write their theme song, who, if you don't know, is an industry storyboarder and musician you may recognize from things like Ghost Duet. Very nice, fitting music. Speaking of Louis Zong, he also wrote the score for the last project I want to talk about. Transition! Okay, technically this is a game, not a show, and it does have some popularity, but really only on Tumblr as far as I can see, and it needs more, and I want to talk about it! Great God Grove, created by Limbo Lane Games, the creators of Smile For Me, follows a character on vacation in the realms near the gods, who is thrust into solving feuds and sending messages to help alleviate the effects of a would-be god-turned-traitor. Oh, and did I mention the world is at risk of ending? The game's writing humor and art style is silly and weird and emotionally heartfelt and just a little bit creepy, and it even gets into themes about strength and community, idol worship, and authenticity over mass appeal. The gameplay consists of you sucking up people's word balloons and sending them to other people, which has a really great puzzle mechanic to it and can offer up some fun play with words. It also has puppets in it! Anyways, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but go play it. It's on Steam. I mean, hey, it's even got a good recipe for hamburgers. Ain't that swell? And those are all the projects I have for this video, but there are certainly plenty of others I'd love to cover. These animated works have so much love and passion put into them by a variety of creators, and it's deeply inspiring for me as an artist, especially in this time of uncertainty for the industry as a whole. If you love animation made by folks not barred by executive meddling or limitations, and want to see this side of independent media flourish, if you like the sounds of any of these projects I mentioned today, watch and show them your love. Give them a comment, share them with your friends, make fan art, buy merch if you're able. Let's make this community as big and as bright as it can be. If you'd like me to cover more indie animation, comment below on your favorite underrated gems and I might make a second video. And if you're craving even more indie content, subscribe to the Sunflower Club. I'm not partnered with them, but they're an organization that works to not only create their own independent animation, but spotlight others through events and resources. They're really cool. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thanks for diving into the depths with me. I'll see you around.